So I'm going to tell you some funny stories. One, besides my sister riding with my sister and on horseback and having a bunch of horses go out beneath me, um, and my sister gave me one word of sage advice: hold on with your legs. So I did. When she had leukemia, it was so gross. When she had her period, she wouldn't quit bleeding. They forgot. They forgot it. We used to go around calling my sister fat butt. What does she have? She's still got a fat butt. Only it's fatter now because she's not wearing diapers. I'm awake. Thank God I didn't eat any mushrooms, or else I would have left a mess. Oh, my brother. My sister, she was such a fucking. She was supposed to be a beauty queen. And she ran for beauty queen at the Oldham County Fair, and because the sheriff's granddaughter was in it, she won. She certainly wasn't as beautiful as my sister. She looks like a Barbie doll. She's so beautiful. Too bad her mind doesn't match her looks. My dad beat that shit out of me when I was a kid. Apparently he didn't give her the same lessons that he gave me, busting my ass with the ferocity of a grown woman. Just makes me go around saying, spank my booty, spank my booty, spank-a-boo-boo. At the Lords of Acid, make me laugh. I love to laugh. It's funny, ha ha ha. Oh, what else was I thinking about? My brother-in-law wearing that white robe on stage. What a dumb fucking cunt. I'm gonna find that and put it up on my Instagram and say, this is a public service announcement. If you're white and you put on a white robe, what does that turn you into automatically? A racist fucking cunt. That you are. My brother Thomas. Oh, God. My mom came home and cried when he got diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. She fucking cried her eyes out because that's a disease you can't get a cure from. You can't even get an education to get away from it. You're so fucking toxic. Just go ask Amber Heard. Anybody heard from her lately? No. Except her daughter that she had grown in somebody else's womb because she's too vapid and narcissistic to actually carry a child in her own body or nurse it with her own titties. That's one thing I don't like about women. Oh, I only nursed for a couple of weeks. It wasn't for me. Oh, I'm not going to nurse my kid. Not right. Use my body for something that isn't designed for. Even though it was designed this way. What else? My brother. He pulled a gun out on us in front of 3 sheriffs and threatened us that he would, if he had his gun, he'd shoot us in front of cops. And they did nothing. They arrested him for 1 day. Terroristic threatening, and that asshole did that to us so that we couldn't come back on the property where we had all our stuff from our childhood and stuff, and my brother kept it all and let it go to the junk house. He was horrible. My mom gave him 50% of her house, 75%, 50%, because me and my sister got 50, 25 each, and my brother had the rest. And he got her teacher retirement, which made me very angry because I needed it, not him. He was educated enough, but my mom knew he was so socially inept that there was no way he was going to get a job ever. Oh, you'll be okay, Kathy. You baby, up you, Papa. Those Social Security fuck nuts fucked me. When I was 19, they gave me my Social Security and then they took it away. Why? Because of my age. Maybe because I was actually working at the time. What else do I want to talk about? I miss my mommy. I miss my mommy. I miss my mommy. I miss my mommy. Even though she was a narcissistic cunt too, I still miss my mommy. She wrote a note saying how much she loved me for all the stuff that I did, and she left a note saying what my sisters did wrong, and my brother and my older sister found it and tore it up. And I was sitting there going, "Where's the letter Mother wrote for me?" And she was like, "I don't know. I don't know. I tore it up because I'm a nasty cunt." What else? My grandpa and grandma, they were so awesome. They were salt of the earth. I went to Salt River Baptist Church in I can't remember if it's Perryville. At the time, it was in Perryville, not in Danville. You mean the flea stuff didn't work good enough? No? Hello? Is it love that I'm feeling? Is it the love? Oh, you want a Zerbert? That's your morning Zerbert, love. You can get down now. Wait, you want another one? Is that good enough? Is that good enough? I'm glad you're not shaking today. That was kind of annoying. You shaking everywhere like a leaf. Are you having a good time? Blocking my view. You know, your daddy wasn't a window maker. Your daddy wasn't a window maker, and neither was your mother. You need to stay home just a little bit so I can actually see myself. And see that wall that's not painted that makes me bleh. And you go bleh. Oh no, not the shakes again. Not the shakes again. We might have to reboot you. God, I wish I would have written my dream down. It was so fucking vivid. It was so good too. My mom was in it. I can't remember what I was doing though. I just remember her presence being there. Yeah? Are you ready to give me some more kisses? Are you sure you want to give me more kisses? No, you don't want to give me more kisses? Oh no, not the no kiss zone. Not the no kiss zone. I want some more kisses. I want some more kisses. I watched that movie with Winona Ryder in it the other day. I think that's probably one of her best movies she's ever made. Oh, look, I found 2 serial killers. What am I going to do with them? Let them rot in the fucking cesspool of their own making. I can't remember if a friend is in it or not. I try to shy away from friends. When people were talking about them on campus like they were real people, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? How stupid are you? I still don't watch Friends that much. I've watched it a few times naturally. How can you be a part of this culture and get away from Friends? Made me mad because I knew I was never going to have friends like that. So why should I entertain myself with the fake faux pas of Hollywood. Not my bag, not my bag. These DSLs don't look like they've been smoking all their life. You know why? Because the first time they did brain surgery, they went up there and cut my divot clear off, which sucks. But now it's just a big scar. But that's why my lip hangs the way it does. Now I just got puffier. Oh, P. Diddy, what a fucking nightmare that asshole is. Sex trafficking and drug lording and sex trafficking. These kinds of men do not deserve a place in our culture where they are exemplified as good human beings when they're rotten to the core. All those bad apples end up infecting the rest of the society. My mother used to say to me, you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. She was referring to my stepmother. My mother was more royalty than my dad. She was more eloquent. She designed her own house by the time she was my age. By the time she was my age, she was dead. And she was in her 40s. She did a lot of work. And late 35, I should say, is when she started working on the house. It was supposed to be our legacy, and my brother fucked it up. Some other woman came and bought it and really made it nice. And I'm going to get it back from her, too. Because that's my old Kentucky home. I don't care how many millions I have to pay to extricate her off of that property. It will be worth every penny. Just so I can go back to my old Kentucky home. Try and design that place like it matters. Like what she saw. What else? I still haven't peed yet. Which is not a bad sign. Even though I do have to go. I don't want to pee everywhere. Let me go pee. There we go, Mel Robbins. That's my morning ritual. Get up and take a piss. I wake up when I wake up. Because I believe in natural sleep. As long as I can chase it. Boy, that was nice smoking that weed last night. I couldn't even finish the whole thing. I told Rob I'd been saving my nuggets. He was happy because he's like, oh, good, more pie for me. He's such a rancid cunt sometimes. And then he comes and gives me that Boy Scout smile, and I'm just like, what did they do to you? When he's evil, that's when I think, Catherine, just be patient. Be kind and loving in a military fashion that this asshole understands. I wouldn't say Rob's the love of my life. I still think I still have met one yet. But he's my best friend. And I like to be friends with all the guys I fuck, because what's the point of not having that connection for yourself for the rest of your life? I really like the way my eyes are turning and how they hang. Well, no. I really want to get them so they are like this. Get rid of that little pocket of fat so that when I just look, I'm not going, what? What you talking about, Willis? Oh, my legs. Thank God they're so hot. I'm not looking forward to that hip replacement. I feel it, my hip bone pop out of socket. It's not pretty. Well, if getting a total shoulder replacement isn't pretty, then I'm certain that getting a new hip isn't either. I'm gonna have to try and figure out when I can swim when I have that fucking thing on my goddamn arm so that I can actually get some exercise. Hi, Edie. Hi, Itty Bitties. Who's the cleanest of the cloud? Who's the cleanest of the Clay Clan? Is it Stormy Flufflesnoot? Is it Stormy Flufflesnoot? Is it a Stormy Flufflesnoot? You? Do you want a bath? You do? You want another bath? Because you was a dirty dog. Now you're all clean and soft and pretty. My little Maltipoo who had these little Maltipoo nightmares mix. This one ended up being more Maltese than Poodle, which sucks. Because, what is it, love? You want another Zerbert? Well, come here. Is that good for you? Oh, no, not another day of the shakes. Are you going through DTs? Do I need to get you your alcohol? Hmm? Did you eat something you shouldn't have? And now it's not coming out? Hmm? Yeah? Tell me about it. What you whistling about? Uh-huh. Oh, can you get that close enough for the camera? Say it again. Are you gonna whisper sweet nothings in it? There we go. She's like a parasite. I can't get her off my face. Oh, I just want to go back to bed. Just 5 more minutes. Oh, I'm glad I don't have anything to do until Friday. Shit, what do I have to do on Friday? I can't remember shit. I need to make appointments with a neurologist today. I found a bunch of them, but my phone's not working because I didn't have enough money to pay the bill. I paid the bill then. I thought I paid everything, but apparently I left out $50, so they were like, fuck your phone, bitch. These are so damaging, but I don't know what's worse, smoking a cigarette or smoking one of these. I know this doesn't leave you with that nasty smell and taste in your mouth, but it hurts your brain. I don't know. It's not like the myelin sheath is going to come off like it already is. I can't believe my son didn't even like to hear my voice. He didn't want to hear me without an accent. He always wanted to hear me talking like this with a pole stuck up my ass so that I sounded proper. I was like, no thanks. He didn't like my accent. What can I do? He's a youngin'. He's a spoiled, rotten youngin'. I had to give him life lessons like how to drive in traffic. He was so stressed out. He almost hit a couple cars on the way. I was like, but you learned how to drive, didn't you? My grandfather did the same thing to me, only he did it on a country road. You got the wham bam thank you ma'am driving lessons from your mother. Oh, I miss Cassius. He's my baby. Not some dumb fucking cunts up in Oregon who are gonna get their due diligence served them for stealing my kid and doing parent alienation because they were assholes that thought they could. because they drove a Tesla and have a house up north. That's, I'm sure, nice and homey. Her husband is autistic, and that asshole didn't get Josh a job doing tech shit. That's how sorry they all are. They treated Josh like he was just a commodity. Boy, when he died, that left a big fat fucking vacuum in that family that will never be filled except for having Cassius around. And the only saving grace that I have of him being with them is every time they look at him, they see me because he's my twin. Mine is a generation and with a penis. Just like I'm my mother's twin and my grandmother's twin. My grandmother was so beautiful. She was raped as a child, too. I don't know how she always had the best to look out on people, but when it came down to it, they treated me worse than anybody. And then when my grandmother was dying, she didn't even have her glasses on. She just felt our presence. And she looked at me. I think she saw my mother. And then she looked at Cassius. I'm sure she saw me. So she had Alzheimer's. And my sisters did not escort her to a happy to die place. They sent her to the state's got to pay for it, so we might as well stick her in a shit home and let her fucking rot like that, like they were trying to do with me. Let's just stick her in a home and let her rot it out. Yeah, I rotted all the rotting feelings out of me. I had a great cheerleader named DJ Derwin Walton. He would always fill me with his ass of positivity, blast of those. And he was a man who saved a girl from being murdered and ended up, they threw a firebomb on her. And it was, I think it was his tent, and he was on fire. He just said he didn't even know it until the cops or the paramedics were there to, like, save him. He got hit by a car, and they couldn't find out who did it because he's black, and they wouldn't waste the resources on that. Instead, they'd send, like, I don't know, 8 cops, sheriff's cops, to serve a brain damaged autistic woman a illegal protection order so I couldn't see my son when his grandparents didn't have custody. That was another form of custodial interference. I wanted to bust that boy's ass so bad when he ran away. He thought he was going to start his new life. I was like, no, you're not. Not with those dumb fucking rednecks. Thing about having money and being a redneck is you think you're not a redneck still. When you're always going to be a redneck. Can't get it, or can't wash that off your fucking forehead. Oh, I'm not a redneck. Yes, you are. You're a narcissistic redneck. Don't come much redder than that. Much redder than a Trump supporter. Look at them dimples. Look at them lips. That's not good. That's bad. When I was a kid, my dad would go every time he see me have a lip on him. He drove that Porsche like it was a roller coaster. So much fun. I loved it when it was just me and him. Otherwise, if it was 4 of us in the car, I got to sit on the hump, and my dad would rev the engine up so high that it would burn my pussy. I swear to God, that's one of the reasons I didn't want to have sex for so long, is because my pussy was still burnt from sitting on the Porsche engine. And of course, Anne was shorter than me, but she somehow managed to escape the tyranny of hot dancing her hot lips on the hump. My dad loved his little sadistic pleasures on me just because I looked like my mother. Fucking made me sit across from him at dinner every goddamn night. It was disgusting. Wouldn't let me switch places with my brother or sister so I could watch TV too. No, I had to stare at his skanky cunt and whoever else he was fucking at the time. Some secretary, one of his runners that used to run court documents back and forth that he fucked after we left, tried to tell him, and she was 3 years older than me and um 1 year older than my brother, and she had the audacity to tell me that I wasn't my father's child. I was sitting there going, "You didn't know my mother. How can you make that decision? Look at me. I still have my dad's blood in me, you dumb fucking cunt." I swear to God, any of those dumb fucking bitches that he threw up to me to admire, I hated them all, especially the drill sergeant. That woman, instead of saying that I wasn't exercising enough, they would put it off on me, and I didn't know how to do it right. There was nobody to show me except the 20-minute workout that I used to do. Up, down, and take it up. I love that show. I should find the old versions of it and do it. Run, 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 run. Be a fitness bunny. Too bad Playboy is just a pocketbook now. That's a good joke. Who knew that Playboy would end up being a pocketbook? Not a magazine, it's a pocketbook. All those bunnies fit in one spot all the time. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. How this world has evolved around me, and the things that I don't like when I see that make me want to commit suicide because I don't want to watch all the shit going on and developing in the wrong ways. Yeah. I can't remember if I got my eyebrows tattooed at one point, but I didn't really need it done. Of course, the girl that did it didn't tell me that. What else? What else is gracing my empirical mind today? I'm trying to do something for those people in the Congo. That disturbs me just as much as those what they did to Palestine, destroying the universities, museums, and everything they could because they're a bunch of dirty fucking Jews that want to be ruling the planet when they can't even rule themselves. They can't even. We should have. We shouldn't have given them the Gaza. We should have given them a piece of America instead of carving up a country that's already existed for other people, and so they could cock block them and keep them out of their property instead of learning how to share your toys. They're so fucking caught in a mindset of being a bunch of slaves that were exterminated and experimented on so that I could have a shunt. Where do you think some of the medical technology of today came from? Certainly wasn't the Jews. Oh, wait, yes, it was. They were the ones they were experimenting on. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't let retarded people live because I know I would have been dead because of the way I was before I had my shunt. I was no picnic to be around, and everybody thought I was narcissistic, and I was like, no, I'm sick. I'm really sick in my head. Just like I told my son some of the stuff he was doing, I was like, you're going to be sick in your head, and you don't even realize it. So I'm sure he goes around thinking to himself, I'm sick in the head. I'm sick in the head. So, my boy. 30 minutes? I guess this is going on YouTube.